Greetings, 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 everyone. Just a moment. If I feel like it's been forever since I've been on here, but it's just been like a week. I am happy to be back. Is everybody ready for the holiday season? Because in a sense, we're going to be talking about like kind of how to protect our home during the holiday season as we have all of our lovely family members and friends coming around to our spaces. I personally, I'm probably not cooking anything this year. Honestly, I'm going to be playing hostess, but I'm definitely not doing any cooking. Give me just a few minutes here, you all. Still dropping the link. But feel free to go ahead and like this video on the way in. You can always drop the pink flower emojis in the comments to get me some extra energy as we talk tonight. This will be relatively brief, but it's going to be kind of like just a crash course to get you all going. Hey, welcome. Y'all, this is random. But did y'all see Kim Kardashian has a boyfriend? That's what the internet is saying. I don't know. It's what the interwebs is saying. Hi, welcome everybody. It's like, okay, well, good for her. Everybody deserves to be happy. Welcome. Okay, you all. Also, who's liking the new Summer Walker? Don't judge me. I like it. I was literally just vibing to that as the video started. But you know, YouTube be trying to take people's videos down if you got music playing. So, oh, thank you. It's one of those days here where it just kind of like feels, like a little gloomy outside. So sometimes whenever, the vibes are all like icky here, I'll try to like dress up, just to keep like the energy high. Oh, yes, I know you do, Days. Yep, Summer Walker. Okay. And so we're really just going to be talking about how to keep our spaces protected in a very hoodoo type of way. Not necessarily that, we have to hide what we're doing, but, historically, hoodoo was practiced in private. So I'm just going to give you guys a few helpful tips just to kind of ease you through the holiday season. I don't know if you're like me, but I definitely have nosy family members. Okay. I'll say it for the family members in the back because they do be on here, but I do definitely have some nosy family members in. So I do get creative with my hoodoo around the home. So I'm going to be sharing some of that with you. I guess we could go ahead and get started. We got a couple people on here already. But so far, thank you all for coming and tuning in. If you're just hopping on, basically, we're going to be talking about protection in terms of hoodoo. I'm going to give you some creative ideas and some creative ways to protect your home as we have all of these family members and friends coming in from out of town. Okay. One of the very first things that I want to bring up, because it's very, 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 very common and I love them, is a floor wash. For for me, creating floor washes, I mean, first of all, you know that you can set any intention for a floor wash, but my favorite intentions obviously are like to cleanse, protect, prosperity, right? And for me, floor washes are something that I just kind of do like routinely, but it would not, I feel like, be a bad idea to do it, you know, especially if you're going to be like me this upcoming holiday season and playing host a lot, and you're going to have all these different people and different energies in your space. It would be really great to just start off with a good, you know, deep clean of the home, of course, because for lack of sounding redundant, but you know, we have to physically clean before we can spiritually clean. So, you know, I like to hit the house with like a good deep clean and then start off with a floor wash. And then whenever I use the floor washes, like there's specific things that I like to add. One of my favorite things to add is pine. Wherever I live at, I live in Kansas, and we have like a lot of pine trees everywhere. So I literally go outside and collect some pines, and pine is also really good for protection as well. So whenever you're thinking about your floor washes, I would just recommend pine. I'm going to give you guys some other herbs and recommendations a little bit later, but I would definitely recommend pine. Pine is masculine. And it is ruled by the air. So if you have pine trees in your area, I would definitely recommend using those in your floor washes. One of my good friends, she also, in order to like have better communication, she took the floor wash and she wiped down her walls with it too. So that's also something that you could consider doing before you start welcoming in like your guests and your friends and everybody. I also would like to talk. So what I'm thinking, welcome for those of you who are coming in, but what I'm thinking in terms of protecting your home is kind of, I'm looking at a little bit almost like inconspicuous or stylish ways of protecting the home. For me, one of the very first things that I do, and this is very, 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 very common. I have large ones and I have small ones, but of course, you know, we have our cinnamon brooms. Oops, can you see? You'll see a lot of hoodoo practitioners with these cinnamon brooms. And yes, like I said, they're beautiful, they're decorative, and they're like cheap this time of the year. I don't know if any of you guys have Kroger. I know it's Kroger in some states, but here in my state, it's just Dillon's. It's just Dillon's. But if you have like Kroger in your area, they have like a lot of cinnamon products, a lot of cinnamon decorative items during this time of the year. And as we know, cinnamon is not only used for protection, but you can use cinnamon for prosperity. We can use it for money drawing. And it's also a really good quickener. Like if you're wanting to speed up a situation or you want something to happen a little bit quicker for you, you could add some cinnamon in there. Cinnamon is also a masculine herb as well. So that's part of the reason why you're going to see a lot of hoodoo practitioners with these cinnamon brooms around, because, you know, we're protecting our home. We're attracting prosperity. We're praying for healing. We're wanting quick money, long lasting money. Even historically in hoodoo, like if you see like the longer brooms, they used to use those at weddings and jump the broom. That would be a cinnamon broom for those same reasons. So I would highly recommend getting you some cute cinnamon products for your home. I also like, and you guys, I don't know how authentic they are, but I really enjoy the pine cones that you can buy from also. Yes. Okay, I'm so happy that she said Trader Joe's, because a lot of people buy these from Trader Joe's too. I've even gotten this. I think I might have gotten this particular one from Amazon. I think I got this one from Amazon. But I'm a huge fan of cinnamon products. But like I was saying, I don't know how authentic the pines from the store are, but they're scented like cinnamon. Okay, so there we go. We got the energy of pine, and then we got the cinnamon scents. And you know, Only limit is your mind, honestly. You can enchant those to do whatever you want them to do. But yes, just think like that. Having things like this around your home could really help, keep the energy good, especially as you're dealing with, all of these different people and different personalities. I actually want to have just a short talk next week with you guys about how we can stay grounded during the holidays. How we can stay grounded in the midst of all these different personalities and all the midst of these different energies and everything. I want to talk about that too, as well. Okay. So also another thing that is near and dear to my heart and my practice of hoodoo is iron. Let me show you these. Yeah, I just grabbed a couple of things before we started. So these are railroad spikes. Okay. Now, I mean, this spiritual work, not spiritual easy, right? But you can always first of all, you can enchant and pray over the iron. The book Working Conjure has literally this whole ritual that you can do to protect your home with the railroad spikes. However, for me, my connection to iron is I just feel like it holds so much energy from the earth, especially the spikes. Just given how much, how much it has the energy of the crossroads there as well. But just given how much time these items have spent in the actual earth. And then our ancestors, for one, used to work on the railroads too. So I feel like it has a special, it has a little oomph to it. Okay. Iron is very powerful. The element of iron is fire. It has that yang energy, and it's also associated with your root chakra. Iron is also good for battle, war, defense. Oh, and defense from psychic attacks too. So that also may be something you would think about using these. And so where I live, for example, there's bushes, and you can just easily hide one of these in there and hammer it into the ground right there. You can go around your property and fortify your home with these items. And trust me, it does work. It really does work. Just for example, I no longer live there, okay, but your girl used to kind of live in the hood, okay. But we moving on up, okay. We're not there anymore, but I used to live in a not so good area, and there was at the end, I want to say it was probably last year, there was a drive-by shooting, and they were shooting outside and not right outside of my apartment, and I wasn't harmed. My husband wasn't harmed. My nieces and nephews were not harmed, and none of our property was harmed. So it is so important that as practitioners, we do protection work routinely. We definitely do. Obviously, there's more that play into it, prayer and venerating your ancestors, of course. But yes, I could think of several times where, I was protected from danger seen and unseen. So I really love the railroad spikes and the iron, okay? Another thing that you can do to get creative during the holiday season for your nosy relatives, the ones just what's that? What's that? Those nosy rosies. One of the things you can do is just how we have all these different decorations. Unfortunately, I don't have an example or anything like that laying around me at this time, but you can also use steel. You can use steel, silver, and copper. And that they have tons of decorative items in those natural metals as well. So you can use those types of things to protect your home as well. It like I say all the time, literally. Thank you, everyone. Keep the pink flowers coming. I appreciate you guys. But like I say all the time, the only limit is your mind. There's all kinds of knickknacks and stuff that you can do. Whenever I talk about the crystals, I'll also tell you, I know Manze Guedo is a huge fan of crystals, so I know she's gonna love that part. But whenever I talk about the crystals, I also want you guys to keep in mind that you can use other random items. Anything that you purchase, you can cleanse it, and set aside specific intentions for it. So really don't limit yourself on that. As we know, like a few common colors for protection, and you can even wear these in situations where you feel like I wear a lot of black. I do wear black for protection, but I wear black because it is empowering. I love black. Black is so sexy to me. It's very empowering to me to wear black. But black is, a very common color for protection, of course. But also you can use blue and red. Blue and red are also good colors for protection as well. Okay. As far as trees, well, I did already tell you about pine, but if you have sycamores in your area, you can use sycamores. Elm trees, I love elm trees. Both of those are really good for protection as well. Now, here's a really interesting thing that you can do. So I have an aloe plant. Her name is Aloe. And you can enchant your plants to also do specific things as well. And you can use aloe as a form of protection from evil forces, right? So in terms of you protecting yourself from spiritual work and things like that, you can use aloe. Bamboo. I have a lucky bamboo plant as well. Bamboo is also something that you can use for protection as well. So don't be afraid to get creative whenever you're trying to fortify your home. This is just in that energy of staying ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay. Also, if you are somebody who does have plants, or you're a plant mom, such as myself, rosemary. If you have a rosemary plant, enchant it. Enchant it. Rosemary is really good because, as we discuss it, rosemary is like it's the white candle of herbs. Like rosemary can be programmed to do just about anything. So if you have any type of rosemary plants, you grow it or you want to buy one, you could do that. Also, random note, but if you ever want to send somebody some bad juju, you can also, enchant the rosemary to do harm and gift them the rosemary plant. Just a random fact. But yeah, so rosemary, if you're also somebody who gardens or you enjoy Planned Parenthood. Okay, I'm going to look at that. Planned Parenthood. I've never heard of that. I will definitely look it up. Thank you. If you are someone who loves flowers like myself, carnations are really good for protection. You can also use jasmine and lilies. And not only are they beautiful, but they smell well too. So you can also think in terms of that. Or if your boo gives you some flowers, you can you can even use them in a working. A lot of my sisters, they don't really like living flowers because they feel like, oh, they die. So what's the point? I love it when my husband buys me flowers because he knows that it's about to end up in an oil or something. So definitely bring me flowers because I'll use them. Might end up in a spiritual bath or something. Okay. So I would highly recommend that. For me, some of my go-tos. I'm really big on a Grimini. I love to use a Grimini. I love to banish stuff, banish these negative energies from my home, all that. So I would recommend a Grimini. It's masculine, Jupiter, and it's ruled by the air. You can also protect yourself with lavender. And I like lavender for what we're talking about tonight because it smells amazing. And it's very beautiful in the home. And no one would ever know. Not that we care that they know, right? But, just it's your business. It's your home, your personal space. And just good vibes with flowers and plants and herbs all around. So I would definitely recommend lavender. Um, Another one. Now this is not a herb, but eggshells. Eggshells are really good. Here's a small jar. Now, don't try me, you guys. Of course, these are clean and dried in the sun. Okay, but these are eggshells. Eggshells are really good for protection, just almost as if they, almost like they protect the egg themselves. I like to crush these down and put them in powders. A really good thing that you can do is you can crush this down and, make a mixture of your choosing with some other herbs like agrimony and stuff, and you can go out and put them around the perimeter of your house, praying, speaking your intentions, go around your property or even your front yard, your backyard, and setting those intentions with items like these to protect your home. And it's really good. It works really well. I know that, well, okay, also, this is random too, but typically, I know people make all kinds of different things for protection, but don't be afraid to, like in terms, like we always think that we have to use cloth for like a gree or something. Don't be afraid to use like a bottle like this and pack it with herbs. This is glass. I probably recommend, glass is awesome, of course, number one choice. But if it's something that you want to take on the go, full of protection herbs, you can drop some crystals in here, herbs mixtures, some salt, things like that, and things like this, and take it with you. I did have another bottle sitting around here, but I don't know what I did with it. Today has been crazy. I was babysitting my niece and my nephew, and I was like, somebody come get these kids. Okay, I love them, but oh my gosh, shout out to all the moms and parents because I was tired. So, but one thing, so yeah, don't be afraid to use those types of things to take with you. As I was mentioning earlier, you can also use crystals. Crystals. As we know, they are programmable. You can set any intention that you would like with your crystals. Obviously, like try to use them for what their natural vibrations are, but crystals are programmable. You can do the clear quartz and set it with any intention. But one of them that's really good for protection is citrine. Look, y'all like my tutorial tonight? I'm pulling out all the stops for you guys, okay? You see, I got examples. But yes, you can have your crystals around. They're not only beautiful, but they definitely do their jobs. And like I said, it's another thing when it comes to privacy. It's another decorative thing that you can do. So it's just like, as you can see, we us hoodoo priestesses, we got all kinds of stuff. You'll never know. So. And that's the goal. I really like it. I love it in my house where there's all kinds of like things you could just like, you'll never know. Right. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm going with. One thing that a lot of people don't think of is that a lot of us do typically wear real jewelry or diamond. Now, look, this is my costume jewelry, but if you are married and you have like your wedding ring, diamonds are good for protection, and you can enchant your wedding ring to protect you. How dope is that? Because it's something that you wear every day, and it doesn't even have to be your wedding ring. It can be your earrings, just real jewelry. I believe gold too. I think you can use gold for protection, but gold for prosperity. You wear the gold for prosperity, enchant it for that. A lot of people don't think about that. Whenever you purchase real jewelry, you can enchant that with your intentions as well, because those are also natural stones and natural metals that are coming from the earth. So it already has that vibration of the earth. Might as well add your own little touch to it. Okay. Also, tiger's eye, black onyx. I got my black onyx on today. As I say, you guys will probably, if you haven't already, see me in black a lot. Even isn't that random because pink is my favorite color. Like I'm obsessed with pink. If you know me, yeah, I'm like I love pink. I try to incorporate pink into everything. My priestess room is pink. Just pink, pink, pink. Pink makes me extremely happy. So it's either I'm wearing pink or black. But yeah, so you could use black onyx. Same thing goes for the jewelry that you're wearing to protect your physical body. Black tourmaline, citrine, Apache tears, emerald. And even though a lot of people don't realize, because typically people use jade for luck, which yes, jade is also good at drawing luck. But it can also be used for protection as well. So you can enchant that as well. So I'm going to give you guys a shady little story because I just feel like being shady today. But there's one thing that I did, and I know that this is a really old hoodoo practice, but I first discovered this years ago when I read the book Work and Conjure for for the first time. So I don't know if you all are familiar with this, but one thing that people do to protect their home and like keep negative energy out of their home is they put the glass of water with the evil eye, and I keep that evil eye on me too. I make the evil eye bracelets, and I sell them for my business too. But like, what I did was I got this idea from the book Work and Conjure, and I got the glass of water, and you light a candle, and you put the evil eye in the glass, and of course you like set your intentions, and you pray over it. You keep a candle lit right there all the time. I use like a tea light candle for it. Now that one isn't really like that one's not a working that is hidden well. It doesn't go well because I had a lot of people, like the people that did come up, they're like, what's that? But oh well, they know me, you know what it is. But if not, but so if you are concerned, if you do have really religious family members, this one might be one of those things that they're like, what is that? But so yes, it's a working from the book Work and Conjure, and he talks about how you and there's like scripture you recite. I can't remember which one, but anyways, it's the evil eye and the glass of water with the candle by the door. And when I tell you, y'all, I have family members. I did that one time. I didn't do it no more. When I tell y'all, I have family members that didn't come back, didn't come back to my house, or rarely came over after that. That working is a really good. I mean, typically, of course, we craft and we create our own workings, but that one is a really good one. It worked really well for me and my husband. Yeah, I had family members that didn't even come back. So it was also very telling, right? Because for me, one of the intentions that I set was, to not have people welcome who have ill feelings for us or any ill intent. And there was a couple that didn't come back for a while. I noticed that. So you should definitely do that. Like people literally, if they don't mean you well, or let me not even say if they don't mean you well, but if their energy just isn't right for your space, they won't come to your house anymore. Which is great too, right? Because your home is like your sacred space. For me, it's my area to go and recharge, So that one, I would say try it. Give it a try. Do it. It worked well for me. Make sure you pray and set your intentions over it, but it was thebomb.com. But now I just kind of do some of the other things that we talked about. But I would recommend that one. But those are the things that I would recommend during this time of the year. These are not even just practices that would do well during this time of year, but it would be wise of you to incorporate them all the time, because we're in constant need of protection in our lives. We're in constant need of keeping our spaces and our energies clear of bad juju. Okay, so that concludes everything that I wanted to share with you all. I really want to thank you all for stopping by. I do want to share, before we end tonight's discussion, I want to share with you all some of the wonderful things that we have coming up. Of course, I still have my vision board class, vision board crafting. It's coming up on November the 29th. I do have the link circulating for that, so feel free to join that. I'm going to be teaching you all how to layer your magical correspondences into that working, and how to use it as a tool to manifest and change your life. It's something that I am very passionate about. I love using visualization to manifest. So please join that. I also have the Advanced Chakra Alignment Mentorship coming up. It's starting on December the 15th. I'm doing that with my godmother, Priestess Peach Blossom, the one and only. Join that. You don't want to miss out on the chakra mentorship. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, okay? Because we know that healing is not always pretty, but we are definitely going to help you get down to the root, literally, and work that shadow work. So please come to the Advanced Chakra Alignment Mentorship. As always, yes, thank you, Neg Aja. I love him. But you can always, if any of this resonated with you today, please feel free to leave a love donation. It always feels good to let me know that this information resonates and that it's reaching you guys. I'm also I do have my link tree set up. I now also have a Patreon as well. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for my link tree there. And there you can connect with me further. You can connect with me on Patreon. I have the link to the Voodoo Institute on there, where I do consultations, I do readings. This also has a link to my personal business, which is Egypt Rose Essentials. I sell personal care items and metaphysical items. So if you're interested in all of that, there's a link, guys. So thank you. I love you all. Be blessed, be abundant, and be protected, okay? Whenever you're doing your protection work, turn on some Little John and the East Side Boys. Get you in the energy to protect. So, all right, y'all. I'll hop off of here. Have a good night.